Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon to vote for the character you want to see next, and like and subscribe for Class Justice next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building the legendary Robin Hood, the English folk hero, not the stock market app for day traders. I write these scripts really far in advance though, so that's topical right now. Like as I'm writing this. Hopefully you got your stonks, but if you didn't, have you considered forming a band of outlaws and living in the woods?
Have you ever shoplifted?
Oh yeah. Shoplifting from a large corporation is barely shoplifting in my opinion.
Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need archery. Robin Hood is probably the most iconic archer of all time. Certainly the most iconic archer I'll build for this channel. I'm not putting a naked baby in the thumbnail. Next, we need to steal things. You can't get favorite foe for rich dudes, but trust me, I would if I could. Finally, we'll get some trick shots to make King John's men look like a bunch of bumbling animals. For stats, we'll be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, just keep your multi-classing minimums in mind. Dexterity will be number 1. Ranged weapons, use your dexterity modifier. This is episode 300 something. I hope you know that by now. Wisdom next. Snipers don't need sharp eyes, but they usually go hand in hand. Charisma after that. You can't start a rebellion without some charm. Follow that up with intelligence. You don't need to be smart, just smarter than the spoiled rich kings you're outwitting. Constitution is a bit low. Our goal will be to hide and not get hit, and we'll dump strength. I'd only want it to climb trees, and we'll get something else for that pretty early on in the build. This isn't the Disney version of Robin Hood, but as a compromise for the people who want the Disney version, how about custom lineage? Sure, a human is a human, but custom lineage can be anything. It can even be a human. That's what Robin Hood should be. Take Sharpshooter for your feat of choice, letting you fire at max range with ranged weapons without disadvantage. You can ignore all but full cover and take a -5 penalty to your attack roll to add 10 to the damage rolls for some really insane damage at level 1. It might seem less accurate, but technically it is, so just make sure that you're not getting greedy. You exist to punish greed, remember? Bump your dexterity with your 2 free points, take performance for your skill of choice, and the noble background for history and persuasion. There are different versions of your legend, but some of them have Robin Hood as a noble robbing other nobles. It's like a cooler version of Batman. Foxman! Oh, that's Zorro. The guy who inspired almost everything about Batman. That makes sense. We'll kick things off as a rogue. They like stealing more than the other classes, or maybe they're just better at it since they get 4 skills from the start, like sleight of hand, acrobatics, perception, and stealth. Sleight of hand picks locks, acrobatics breaks grapples, perception keeps your ears open for Johnny Law, and stealth helps you hide. Boom, all good thieving skills. You can get even better with 2 of those skills thanks to expertise, letting you double your proficiency bonus with 2 skills of your choice. I like sleight of hand and perception, but that's just me. You also get sneak attack, letting you add a d6 of extra damage to an attack if you've got a merry man within 5 feet of the target, or advantage on the roll. So one shot can deal 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 13 at level 1. That's a lot of damage. Second level rogues get cunning action, letting you dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action, helping you get away from the sheriff with all that extra ham. They'll call him the sheriff of not having any ham left, because Robin Hood stole all the ham with his cunning action. Third level rogues can choose a roguish archetype, and swashbucklers get to be even more annoying than basic rogues thanks to fancy footwork. That'll stop enemies you've attacked with a melee weapon from making opportunity attacks against you until your next turn. Might seem like something for a melee fighter, but think about this. Why would a melee fighter be trying to run away? Rakish Audacity is definitely more for a melee fighter though, letting you use your sneak attack on a creature as long as you're the only person within 5 feet of that other creature. It's a surprisingly honorable way of fighting for you. But then again, Robin Hood is surprisingly honorable. It also lets you add your charisma modifier to your initiative. We'll work on that more later, but you can still have great initiative with your dexterity score. The most in character thing for you here, and the reason we came here first, is steady aim, letting you give yourself advantage on one attack as a bonus action as long as you don't move in that turn. That's a free 2d6 sneak attack damage and should help alleviate the sharpshooter penalty, so it's a double win. Fourth level rogues can grab a feat, like the athlete feat, to make you more athletic. That will add 1 to your strength or dexterity score. Go for a dexterity. You get a climbing speed to shoot up a tree in no time flat with cunning action dashing, and you can stand up from prone with 5 feet of movement, so the government literally can't keep you down, and you can keep running away with a long jump with 5 feet of movement to hop from treetop to treetop. You only need 5 feet of run up with the athlete feat to do a jump. That's another part of it, and I feel like I didn't make it clear because I was too busy trying to make the transition smooth, and then it got too smooth. So there you go. Bounce over to fighter now for a fighting style, like archery, to add 2 to your attack rolls with ranged weapons, pairing that with steady aim so even those sharp shots will land pretty much every time. Second one lets you heal 1d10 plus your fighter level as a bonus action once per short rest. Revolutions are hard work. You might not always get a full 8 hours. Second level fighters get action surge, letting you make 2 actions in 1 turn once per short rest. Imagine firing an arrow, then splitting that arrow with a second arrow. That would be pretty cool. 3rd level fighters can choose a martial archetype, and if you want the most insane accuracy possible, you can get it from Battlemaster. That's because you get 3 maneuvers and 4 superiority die, which are d8s you can spend on maneuvers, like Precision Strike. That'll let you add your d8 to the attack roll so your sharpshooter shots can be even more accurate. Disarming Strike lets you force a strength saving throw on a creature you hit with a weapon attack. Failing that, they have to drop something they're holding, and you can add a d8 to the damage. It's not like the bad guys were going to make it to you anyway, but now they'll have to pick up their sword first. Distracting Strike gives a friend advantage on a weapon attack, so Little John can go running through them after you add a d8 superiority die to the damage. You're also a student of war, giving you proficiency with a set of artisan's tools. Archery is scary, but do you know what would really strike fear into King John's heart? Penmanship. 4th level fighters get another ability score improvement. Capping off your dexterity modifier will help you with the insane accuracy we need to truly earn those tights. 5th level fighters get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action, though you can only pop sneak attack once per turn. However, you can put a sharp shot onto every shot and spend as many superiority die as you have in a single round. So if you want to ambush, you're still going to be doing plenty of damage in the first round. Did you think we were done multiclassing? Then you don't know me at all. Bounce over to Ranger now for favorite enemy. It's a type of creature you're good at tracking. Humanoids and beasts would both make sense. You need to do quite a bit of hunting. If you want to take advantage of your advantage on survival checks that you get from the favored foe, grab proficiency with the survival skill for a free skill from Ranger. You also get expertise with another skill. Thanks to Canny, I'm going to go for persuasion so you have a tongue as sharp as your arrows. We mainly came here for the 2nd level Ranger to get spells, specifically one spell, Hunter's Mark. That's going to let you pick a target to deal an extra d6 of damage to with your weapon attacks. You get advantage on checks to track them, even if they're not your favorite enemy as well. It lasts for an hour depending on your concentration. I really just want to increase your bow's damage even further, but you could also get Longstrider to run faster if you want. That's 10 feet of extra movement to push your disengagement distance even further. You can even grab another fighting style, like dueling, to add 2 to the damage of a melee weapon you wield one-handed. Just because you're really good with a bow doesn't mean you're not also fantastic with a sword. And dexterity makes you great at both. 3rd level Rangers get to choose a Conclave. Hunter Rangers can deal more damage in a single shot thanks to Colossus Slayer, letting you add an extra d8 of damage to 1 attack per round against a creature that has less than their hit point total. So make sure your first attack hits, then the next one can hurt wicked bad. One more level of Rogue now. 5th level Rogues get Uncanny Dodge, letting you reduce incoming damage by half as a reaction, but we're really here for 3d6 sneak attack damage. Hey, you might as well take less damage as you're dealing more damage, you know what I'm saying? We'll bounce back over to Fighter now. 6th level fighters get another ability score improvement. Use yours for the Piercer feat for +1 to strength since our dexterity is already capped off. The ability to reroll 1 damage die per turn with a piercing weapon, and you can add an extra damage die to your critical hits with piercing weapons. That works with bows and rapiers, so no matter what distance you're fighting at, you're going to deal some serious damage. 7th level Battlemasters can know their enemy, letting you know a creature's strength, dexterity, constitution, HP, AC, fighter level, or total level, whether they're better, worse, or equal to you in those regards. You get 2 pieces of information per minute of study. Pretty much everyone is worse than you, it's just a matter of how much worse. You're also going to get another superiority die and 2 more maneuvers to spend them on. Evasive footwork lets you add your superiority die to your AC as you move, making you even more of a pain to catch up with. Commander Strike lets you spend a bonus action to get one of your merry men to make an attack and add your superiority die to the damage, which should make your merry men a little more merry. 8th level fighters get another ability score improvement. We don't really need anything else at this point, so we're going to scoop up the tough feat. It's going to give you 2 HP for every level you have and every level you get after this, so now you don't need to be stressed out about disengaging. 9th level fighters get Indomitable, letting you re-roll a failed saving throw once per long rest. This even works on death saving throws. True legends never die, or at least not very quickly. 10th level Battlemasters get improved combat superiority, bumping your superiority die up to a d10, and you get 2 more maneuvers to use them with. Let's get some sword techniques since you're sort of a swordsman. Parry lets you reduce damage by your superiority die plus your dexterity modifier as a reaction, but if someone misses you, you could just use riposte, letting you make an opportunity attack when someone misses you with a melee attack and add your superiority die to the damage. Whoops, you missed. How does 1d8 plus 1d10 plus 7 sound as a punishment? Pretty bad, huh? 11th level fighters get extra attack again, letting you make 3 attacks with your action and up to 6 with an action surge. All of yours you can add to your sharpshooter and hunter's mark damage to for 7d8 plus 96 plus 5d10 plus 90 damage. After all of your superiority die, 1 sneak attack and 1 Colossus Slayer gets added. With average rolls, that's 170 damage. There's a reason you became a legend. It's because you can pin people to a wall in 6 seconds. Our capstone is the 12th level fighter for 1 last ability score improvement or a feat. The lucky feat gives you 3 luck die to reroll an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, or to give your enemies disadvantage to hit you. This whole build basically boils down to you never miss, your enemies always miss. This adds another level to that. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you've got damage. We did the damage calc and it didn't go up at level 20, but holy macaroni, you can deal big damage. You're also great at getting where you need to go with disengagement options and a climbing speed to get you out of harm's way. Finally, you've got maneuvers to make you a great leader and help Little John and the other merry men get things done. For weaknesses, you don't have any magical damage, which shouldn't be an issue as long as you're only fighting corrupt officials. You're also fully focused on dexterity. Low saving throws everywhere else could be a bit of an issue. Finally, superiority die are a limited resource. If you're not getting enough sleep, you could be running out pretty quickly. But you're used to absolutely destroying the Coward King's men, so it's not like you're gonna have too many enemies to fight when you're done. Rally your men, notch your bow, and buckle some swashes until the rich get what's coming to them. Just watch out for more mystical foes. They could be robbing you of your life. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We make 2 videos every week. Join the Patreon to vote for Electra from Marvel, Bumblebee from Transformers, Greninja from Pokemon, or Inosuke from Demon Slayer. And sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.